Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for the longest time now, people have asked me over and over again, what is my price prediction for XRP? And when do I think we will see XRP taking off? But for the most part, I have really not indulged them with an answer. Until now, most of my content has been literally debunking and slaying all these XRP fantasy, fictional, hyped theories, misinformation, and unfounded dates whereby we have been told over and over again by XRP influencers that XRP will moon on said date and nothing happens. So I have decided I'm going to do a 3-part video talking about XRP and its price potential. So in this video, part 1, I'm going to discuss what I think needs to happen for XRP to ever be high priced, and I'm also going to play devil's advocate and elaborate why it could also be kept at a low price. The aim is to present 2 sets of narratives and their reasoning to support it, of those who believe XRP will be high priced and those who believe it won't be, and their reasonings why. So let's get started. So first, let's outline some of the basic factors that can influence or contribute to the price of a digital asset in general. We have 1, supply and demand. So when there's low supply and high demand for an asset, the price is likely to rise, and vice versa. Very easy to understand. 2, market sentiment. And this is how the market participants perceive the asset. If there's high confidence based on good news and developments, progress, this can increase the demand for the asset, and vice versa. 3, we have adoption and usage. This is basically the utility of the asset. Is the asset being used and adopted? Because high adoption and utility of an asset can potentially impact the price in a positive way, especially if the asset has good tokenomics, and vice versa. 4, we have competition. Now, high competition in the market that can solve and tackle the same problem your digital asset is trying to solve and tackle can potentially take value away from your asset in favor of the competition. This could reduce demand for your asset in favor of the competition, and as a result, this would impact on the price. We have number 5, regulation. So regulations can either create a favorable environment that encourages adoption and usage, or an unfavorable environment for your asset that negatively impacts the price. Number 6, economic and geopolitical events. So when we look at things like macroeconomics and the wider economy and what is happening around the world, these issues can either impact the price of a digital asset positively or negatively, depending on how it impacts the market sentiment of your asset. So now let's look at the argument as to why XRP would be low priced before I look at the argument from people who believe it will be high priced. So when it comes to XRP being low priced, I have come across 3 main points of contention by people who think XRP won't ever be a high price. And these 3 main points are: number 1, the market cap argument; number 2, the tokenomics argument; and number 3, the high velocity and volume argument. So let's discuss all 3 of them briefly. So the market cap argument. This argument is basically people saying it would be impossible for XRP to reach a certain price because the market cap would be way too high and unrealistic, especially when comparing it to the market caps of other assets and companies, for example. So calculate the market cap. It is basically a simple calculation of the price of the asset that it was last purchased at, multiplied by the circulating supply of the asset. So for example, people that believe XRP will reach 10,000 or 100,000 plus one day, dollars or pounds, whatever, based on the current circulatory supply of XRP being 51.98 billion, they basically believe the market cap could reach, at 10,000 XRP, the market cap could reach $519.8 trillion. At $100,000 XRP, the market cap could reach $5.198 plus quadrillion dollars. And skeptics, their argument is for a single asset to reach such high market cap, is unrealistic and unlikely, as it would be more than the total market cap of the stock market and the global GDP combined. Then we have the tokenomics argument. The tokenomics argument pretty much boils down to the supply of XRP is too high for its purpose. It has a total supply of 100 billion tokens with an extremely slow burn rate, with just a little over 50 billion in circulation and the rest held by Ripple. Now, this argument pretty much ties into the market cap argument because in a way all the arguments sort of interconnect and are intertwined. So the market cap argument is basically where people would say the supply is way too high for XRP to ever reach a high value. Plus, it would have an unrealistic market cap if it ever does. So they would argue XRP basically has poor tokenomics with its high supply, and that its utility within ODL does not require any institution to actually hold XRP, with its use case simply is to be bought and sold for liquidity. So with ODL, even though there is buy pressure, there is also constant sell pressure at the same time. Thus, people would argue the supply of XRP is way too high for its demand and use case, and it's the tokens that usually have low supply and high demand that can reach those high valuations, but this won't happen to XRP due to poor tokenomics. Now, then we have the high velocity and volume argument. And I must say personally, out of all the arguments against XRP potentially reaching a high price, this is the one that kicked me off my chair. And for those who don't know what velocity is, it is basically the rate at which money can change hands. And in relation to XRP, let's just say it is available to be reused, recycled every 5 seconds. So it has a fast or a high velocity rate. Now, the argument is basically this. Because XRP has the potential for high velocity, in other words, it can be recycled and reused every 3 to 5 seconds due to having a fast settlement time. Therefore, a single XRP can be reused multiple times in a single day for utility. And when you take this fact into consideration, with the large supply of XRP, it's very possible to have a situation where there is high volume on the XRPL due to ODL utility, for example, but still a low price XRP. And when you do the calculations based on the fact that XRP can settle every 5 seconds, it means within a day, hypothetically, theoretically, one XRP can potentially move 17,280 times. This means if one XRP costs £1, it can be used, a single XRP, to settle £17,280 worth of value per day, assuming, of course, it can maintain its settlement rate of every 5 seconds and is reused again with a constant flow throughout the day. So what does this even mean? Let's use Swift as an example. Let's say Swift processes messages worth 6.6 trillion per day, and XRP was to handle the whole thing from ODL. So that 6.6 trillion of value is to be settled with XRP using ODL. And let's say XRP was priced at just $1 per token. Now, how much XRP would be needed to handle 6.6 trillion in value, taking into consideration its reusability and 5-second settlement time? All you have to do is divide 6.6 trillion by 17,280, which is the amount of times a single XRP can move in a day, and it will give you the amount of tokens that will be needed. And that equals 381,944,445 million XRP tokens. This means at $1 per token, it would only take 382 million XRP, rounding it up, tokens as a theoretical baseline to move 6.6 trillion worth of value per day based on a 5-second settlement time, assuming there is an even flow of transactions throughout the day. Now, the higher the price of XRP, the less XRP is needed to process 6.6 trillion per day. Let's look at some numbers whilst rounding up XRP needed to the nearest million. All of this is based on a per day calculation. So imagine XRP is priced at $1, as I've already mentioned, then only 382 million XRP is needed to handle 6.6 trillion. Now, if XRP is priced at $10, then only 39 million XRP is needed to handle $6.6 trillion. Now, if XRP is priced at $100, then only 4 million XRP is needed to handle $6.6 trillion. So what does this tell you? You can clearly see from this, the higher the value of XRP, the less XRP is required to handle that value. Bearing in mind, taking into consideration the velocity of XRP and it being available to be reused every 5 seconds. And the point being made here is XRP has a total supply of 100 billion. But with high velocity, only a small amount of XRP is really needed to process and handle high value transactions per day. This means XRP does not really need to be high priced to handle these high value transactions at all. Is the penny dropping? They argue, people who say high velocity and volume is going to basically impact the price of XRP or basically nullifies the price of XRP being high priced. They argue we could have a situation whereby XRP can be low priced with high volume due to high velocity and still fulfill its utility within ODL, handling high volume transactions daily, and it is not a requirement or prerequisite for XRP to be high priced in order to do so. And as you've seen from the numbers, you can understand why. So now let's look at the argument as to why XRP would be high priced. So I've covered some of the points raised by skeptics who believe XRP won't be high priced and the reasons why. So now let's look at the other side of the coin, because we have people who believe XRP is going to be 50,000 plus, 10,000 plus, 1,000 plus. Some go as far as to say as $500,000 plus. I've seen people go as far as to say in the millions. So we have two sides here. So let's look at that narrative. What's their argument as to why XRP would be a high priced? Now, people who believe XRP will be high priced, most of the time at this stage, since XRP is low priced, has been based on speculative ideas that one day the utility of XRP will drastically increase. Some go as far as saying that XRP will be responsible for handling all the value in the world. When you think of all the value in the world, they say it's going to be tokenized and it's going to be placed on the XRP ledger, and all that value is going to pass through the XRP token. As a result, XRP is going to be high priced. And alongside that, XRP will become a global store of value sought after by institutions. So you can see two strong aspects of demand here. One, it's going to handle a lot of the world's value in tokenized form. That's going to be on the XRP ledger. And two, it's going to be a global store of value sought after by institutions. So to sum up the reasoning behind XRP being a high price, such as 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 pound plus, depends on huge demand for XRP from institutions for utility purposes and to also lock it up as a store of value asset. And people who believe XRP will be a high price do have counter arguments to the points raised by skeptics as to why it won't be. So let's look at some of their counter arguments. Now, the market cap rebuttal. To the argument about market cap in relation to XRP, they would argue that the market cap is a meaningless metric and that it shouldn't be given any weight when it comes to utility tokens and predicting their future value, because a utility token's value is not based on any market cap metric, which is irrelevant. Rather, it is based on the market demand and supply for that given asset. And to prove the market cap shouldn't be given any credence when it comes to determining the value of an asset, you just have to remember the market cap is literally just the last price paid for an asset multiplied by its circulatory supply. If someone created a token called Scamcoin with a supply of 100,000, a very low supply, and managed to convince some friends to buy some tokens for $100 each because of its low supply, the market cap would be 10 million for Scamcoin. Does this metric now actually mean something for Scamcoin? Could we argue, based on its market cap and supply, when comparing it to Bitcoin's market cap and supply, that Scamcoin is extremely undervalued and should be worth more? Of course not. They would argue that market cap metric shouldn't really be used in and of itself to determine the current value of a utility asset, or predict or put a cap on its potential future value either. It's basically a meaningless metric when it comes to determining intrinsic value of an asset currently and predicting its future potential value. Now, let's look at the rebuttal for the tokenomics and high velocity argument. The rebuttal for XRP having poor tokenomics due to its high supply and it also having high velocity is pretty much the same. People who believe XRP is going to reach high price will argue that the supply of 100 billion is small when institutions all rush in to buy up the entire supply of XRP available on the market. They would argue once there is regulatory clarity for these assets, institutions would be rushing in to adopt XRP and use it. They would also argue that the high velocity won't be an issue because institutions would also be buying up XRP not just for utility but to also lock it up as a store of value to remove it from circulation. Now, this locking up of XRP by institutions would create scarcity in the available supply of XRP in the open market for utility. As a result, due to all this demand and scarce supply, the price would be high for XRP. And the 100 billion supply of XRP or its high velocity won't be an issue. And that's basically their counter argument for the tokenomics being not so great for XRP and it having a high velocity. So to conclude, I've so far given you some of the main for and against arguments in relation to XRP and its price potential. I would like to know what's your opinion and where do you stand? Is XRP going to be high priced or not? You tell me. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video.